We begin tonight with breaking news out of Chicopee. Western Mass News has learned an employee at Chicopee Public Schools has tested positive for coronavirus. Good Friday evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us and welcome to Western Mass News at 6. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordyn Jagalinzer. Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis is live outside the Chicopee Schools Administration building with the very latest. Leon?
Jordyn, Chris, Chicopee School says the last time this employee was on school grounds was on a professional development day where no students were present. Now, Chicopee Schools is on a hybrid learning plan with some students returning back to the classroom at the start of this week. Now, Superintendent Lynn Clark tells Western Mass News in a statement, the employee notified us we followed protocols developed by DESE and DPH. The last time the employee was on school premises was more than 2 days before the onset of symptoms. They add they're working in collaboration with the local health department on this matter. Now, Superintendent Lynn Clark also says that she appreciates the communication from the employee, and Western Mass News is working on getting answers for you as the story develops. We reached out to city and school officials, and we'll bring you the very latest tonight on Western Mass News at 11. Live in Chicopee, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
Leon, thank you for that live report. It is not officially fall yet, but already we're under a frost advisory.
It's only a couple of days away, though. For more on the expected drop in temperatures, let's turn things over to First Warning meteorologist Don Maher. Hey, Don.
So is that supposed to make it easier to take, that we're just a couple of days away from fall?
Exactly.
Makes me feel warmer.
We do have that frost advisory in place. We're talking about temperatures down in the 30s as we head overnight and into your Saturday morning. Right now you can see we still have some clouds out there on our sky cam, but we've also managed to see some sunshine. These clouds are going to move on out, and once the sun goes down, we are going to see temperatures dropping quick. Right now we're still in the 60s, coming in at 67 here in Springfield. Palmer, Ware down to 62, Amherst 65, Northampton 64. It has been a rather breezy day. In fact, some locations still have sustained winds between around 10 and 20 miles per hour. But as the sun goes down, the clouds move on out, temperatures drop quick, the winds begin to diminish. That frost advisory up for all of Western Mass from midnight tonight until 8 a.m. Saturday morning. We're talking about overnight lows dropping back into the lower and middle 30s. In fact, going for a low here in Springfield of 34. That's going to challenge the record for tomorrow morning, which currently is 31. And these chilly conditions, well, they're going to stick around right on through this upcoming weekend. We'll talk more about that in the full forecast in just a couple of minutes. Guys, back to you.
All right, Don, thank you for that. Now, this weekend would have been a busy one in West Springfield as the 2020 Biggie was originally scheduled to kick off today. But of course, as we all know, and we're disappointed to hear, the fair was canceled this year due to COVID-19.
Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo explores what's going on at the fairgrounds now in place of the 2-week event.
Well, normally at this time of year, these fairgrounds are bustling with people getting ready for the Big E. Now, the event's been pared down to a couple weeks of drive-through events where vendors can sell food. One vendor I spoke with today say events like these, one of their last chances to stay in business.
Our last day of work was March 8th.
Cinnamon Saloon has sold their spicy treats at the Big E for the last 13 years. A veteran of the fair circuit, owner Amy Brick tells Western Mass News COVID-19 has basically put a halt on their income. She says if it weren't for the upcoming drive-through events at the Big E,
we wouldn't be working.
We're going to queue the cars up 50 an hour and get them right through gate 9.
Tim Garska is the director of sales for the Big E. He tells Western Mass News fairgoers will have to make a reservation online before coming. Masks will be required by both fairgoers and the workers.
They are the people that created these fair foods, so we're really happy that we're able to plug them back in.
The Eastern States Exposition is also launching an online store to support vendors outside of the 4-week drive-through event. For Amy, the drive-through, which begins Tuesday of next week, is also an opportunity to get back to some type of normalcy.
Listening to the ring of the oven, knowing that the buns are ready and being able to hand them out.
For every person looking to attend this year's drive-through event, the fair is offering a glass half full, the chance to buy a discounted ticket to next year's fair.
We are extremely optimistic that we'll be ready for 2021, and we're also optimistic that there'll be a vaccine by then as well.
The The Big E drive-through events will be happening for the next 4 weeks, starting on Tuesday of each week. In West Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.
A big day for high school athletes in Massachusetts. They're allowed to try out for their respective teams as of today. This was the scene in Agawam as soccer players hit the field. Typically, Agawam athletics would have their teams decided by now and would already be playing their games. Who's going to play on varsity and JV would also already have been decided by now. But due to the coronavirus, the season is delayed, which means less games for the athletes. It also means less interaction between teammates and friends.
From the social aspect, kids from the junior high and the high school love to go to those Friday night football games. So I would say for their social lives, it definitely is impacted.
Right leg over, attacking you already.
The sports Agawam will be participating in this fall season are cross country, field hockey, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, and golf. One sport that is notably missing is football. That is currently scheduled to begin in February. Agawam officials say they are not allowing more than 50 spectators per event, except for volleyball and gymnastics. They will have no crowds because no one is allowed to watch. The sports can hold their first actual games on October 1st.
Here's a look at today's numbers of COVID-19 cases. So far, the state reporting 431 new cases for a total number of 124,570. And there were also 8 more deaths today. The statewide death toll now stands at 9,059.
New details coming from the White House. The president providing an update on coronavirus vaccine production and how long it will take to get to every American. Take a listen.
We'll have manufactured at least 100 million vaccine doses before the end of the year, and likely much more than that. Hundreds of millions of doses will be available every month, and we expect to have enough vaccines for every American by April.
President Trump doubling down on his promise to have the vaccine ready and available ahead of the November election. This as Democrats have argued that it could be too soon.
And for more coverage on the coronavirus emergency as it continues to develop, log on to our free Western Mass News streaming app.
New at 6, a former Holyoke kindergarten teacher has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for possession of child porn. 40-year-old Gregory Lisby of Worcester pleaded guilty back in February. He resigned from his position at Holyoke Public Schools the day before he was arrested. Police say they recovered nearly 200 photos and 15 videos of child porn on his OneDrive account. In addition to his 6-year sentence, he'll be on supervised release for 5 years.
Also new at 6, an update in the case against a West Springfield man accused of killing 7 motorcyclists in New Hampshire back in June of 2019. Western Mass News has learned the trial of Vladimir Zukovsky has been rescheduled. His trial was expected to begin later this year, but has been pushed back to the spring of 2021. The delay coming as part of the argument in the renewed motion for a bail hearing. He has pleaded not guilty.